everyone, so today's video will be me doing the Leigh Bardugo book tag, and I will put the video by the creator in the description, so I hope you consider checking it out because he's a really good booktuber. So yeah, before I start the book tag though, I do want to mention a couple things. First of all, if you notice that like my hair is a bit different than usual, it's because I've been in a lot of pain the last 2 days and I still wanted to film a video today and I couldn't properly like wash my hair in the way I usually do. So if it's like, less like curly than normal, it's because of that. I just didn't really have the strength to make it look that good. So I'm sorry if it looks bad. I also just want to mention that I am not going to hold up any books in this video because once again, I've been in a lot of pain the past 2 days, today included. As I'm sitting here filming this, I actually have 4 ice packs on my legs. So yeah, I'm trying to make this video. I'm really trying. So yeah, I'm not going to hold up any books. And then the last thing that I want to mention is the outfit that I'm wearing. I know that wearing like a tie is something that is probably considered a bit strange, especially because I'm someone who's, female presenting. I know that like some people will probably look at this video and go, why is she wearing that? But I just felt like wearing it today, so please keep your comments to yourself about the tie. Just keep it to yourself. Unless they're good comments and you want to compliment me, that's allowed. But negative comments are not allowed. So yeah, let's just get into the Leigh Bardugo book tag and the questions. So the way that this book tag is set up is basically every single kind of like series or duology or standalone that Leigh Bardugo has written gets a specific question kind of like related to the duology or series or standalone. So let's get into the first question, which is for the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I actually haven't read yet. But the question for that is, what is your favorite fantasy trilogy? Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I'm really bad at reading series, and I honestly cannot answer this question because of that, because I feel like I've never fully enjoyed a series, unless it's the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. So I don't think I can give you like an honest answer to this question, because I feel like if I mention a specific trilogy that it's my favorite, I would be lying, because I would just be mentioning one of the 2 trilogies I've ever read, and I feel like that's lying at that point. So yeah, I can't answer this question. So this tag is already starting off great. Then the second question is for the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. And the question for this is, what is your favorite fantasy duology? Now, if you just read the title of my YouTube channel, you're probably already gonna know the answer to this. It's the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo, the one that this question is based on. That's my favorite duology. I also think it's one of the only duologies ever that I've actually read. I don't really read a lot of fantasy series because I struggle reading fantasy, so yeah, maybe I should try changing that someday, but probably not this year, because I got a Goodreads goal that I need to fulfill, and if I read fantasy books, I'm not going to be able to do that. But yeah, so my favorite fantasy duology is Six of Crows. So yeah, let's just get into the next question, I guess, and hopefully I can actually give you guys a good answer to this one. So we'll see, I guess. So the third question is for King of Scars. I've also not read this because, again, I need to still read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I keep putting it off. But the question for King of Scars is, what is your favorite supporting character that deserves their own story? And for me, that's kind of difficult because I've mentioned it already before. I don't usually have favorite characters, so having a favorite supporting character is even more rare, but I feel like I would probably go with the older sister in A Kind of Spark. And yes, I just mentioned A Kind of Spark again. You're not going to be able to stop me from not mentioning it. But yeah, I really like the older sister's character, even if I can't remember her name. I still really enjoyed her character, especially because, she's closer to my age, and a lot of the things that she struggles with, I feel like are things that I struggle with. But again, we don't really know a lot about the sister, except that she's autistic like the main character. So yeah, I would love to know more about her and get a separate story from her, which is, again, the question. So yeah, now I want to mention something again. I feel like this whole video is just me talking about why this video is so bad, but yeah, I'm gonna continue it anyway. But I just want to mention, I don't know if it's like coming across on camera, but if my English is like worse than it usually is, it's because I'm in pain. I don't know if it's that like noticeable on camera, but yeah, if you notice that, I'm sorry. I'm in a lot of pain, so I can't really control how I'm speaking very well right now. But I still want to continue this video because, I mean, it's already a mess, but I'm still going to continue it because I'm about halfway through the question, so we'll just continue it. Then the next question is for Wonder Woman Warbringer. I own this book, actually. I think my dad gave it to me because he saw that I liked a lot of Leigh Bardugo books, but I don't think he kept in mind that I don't really like comic books and Marvel and what's the other one, like DC, I think. I don't really like that stuff. I'm not like interested in it, but I own it. I don't think I'm ever gonna read it, but I do own it. So the question for that one is, what is your favorite book with a badass main character? Now, I feel like when you think of the word badass, you immediately think like someone who like fights people with swords and like kills them. When I thought of like a badass character, that didn't really come to mind. I just thought of the main character of the girl with the louding voice. Now again, I don't know if she would be considered a badass in like conventional standards, I guess, you know, the sword fighting thing, but she is a very strong character and she goes through a lot, and I feel like if I went through all of that, like I wouldn't survive. Like I wouldn't. It's kind of like me saying that I wouldn't survive a lot of fantasy worlds because they're probably very inaccessible, and the second I walk in, you know, stumbling with my cane and my 4 ice packs, I feel like I would just die, you know? So yeah, I feel like she's a very like badass character. Again, I might be answering the question wrong, but this is just the first character that I thought of, so yeah. The next question is for Ninth House, which I also own this book, but again, I haven't read it. I don't know why I'm doing this Leigh Bardugo tag when I've only read the Six of Crows duology, but let's just ignore that and get to the question, which is, what is your favorite book with an academic setting? And for this question, I really tried to find a different book, but it said favorite book in an academic setting. So I feel like you're already gonna know which book I'm gonna talk about, Felix Ever After. Of course, I had to mention it, like, would this be a video of me without mentioning Felix Ever After? No, it wouldn't. So, yeah, I'm mentioning Felix Ever After again. I'm sure you're bored of it. I'm really sorry. I said I was gonna stop doing it and I'm still doing it. I'm sorry. I really tried. I did. I really tried. I spent like 10 minutes trying to find an answer to this question. And yeah, it's Felix Ever After. So, sorry about that. Let's just move on to the 6th and last question of this tag. So the last question is for like Leigh Bardugo herself. And the question is, what is your favorite book with a disabled main character? Because Leigh Bardugo is disabled. I feel like a lot of people don't know that, but yeah. So once again, I promise that I really tried finding a different book. I really did, but you know, I don't really have a lot of favorite books. So after like 10 minutes of debating whether or not to answer this, I decided to do it anyway. My favorite book with a disabled main character is Six of Crows, which again, were you really expecting a different answer? Like my entire channel is based on Cass, who is the disabled main character. Like, were you expecting something different? If you were, then I'm really sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. Please don't. I promise I'm trying. It's just the hyperfixation I have for some of these books is really destroying my channel, I think. I promise I'm gonna try harder. with like answering different books, but yeah, not today, I guess. So that was the last question in the Leigh Bardugo book tag. Thank you to the creator for creating this tag. I wish I had more, like, better answers to these questions. But again, my hyperfixation on some of these books that I've mentioned in this video is just getting a bit out of hand. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I will try my best in future videos to like stop letting my hyperfixation on some of these books run my entire channel. So yeah, I promise that I will try harder. Sorry if it's annoying you. Sorry if I looked awful in this video. Sorry if I talked really bad in this video. I'm just sorry for this video all around. So yeah, this video clearly went great. I'm gonna end this video here. Again, I'm sorry if this video like annoyed you with my like repetitive answers. I'm gonna try harder in the future. But yeah, thanks for watching and bye.